Good afternoon, top of the afternoon. Welcome back to Regina's South Section 8 Hood channel. And today we're going to talk about relationships that don't have a backup. You know, when you're in a relationship, most people have parents, mothers and fathers. And a lot of people have absent parents. But when you get in a relationship, y'all, you need to tell this other person. You need to let this other person know. If you have parents, you let them know. You talk to your mama every day. You and your mama, y'all on good terms. Even though sometimes as parents and children relationships, we go through stuff. But you let them know that you and your mama speak every day on the regular. You let them know if your daddy in your life that you and your daddy got a good relationship. You feel what I'm saying? If you don't have parents or grandparents, you let them know you got siblings and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got mentors and stuff that got your back. You feel what I'm saying? You got a best friend that got a whole family that's your family that looks out for you. You visit them weekly. Y'all spend holidays and shit together. See, the reasons that I'm telling you to let these people know in the beginning of a relationship that you got people that will back you up, that are behind you, on the side of you. You let them know that, because if you don't, people tend to manipulate others in their relationships. I've been through it. Soon as my dad died, shit got different. And that's what I want to tell y'all. People will tell you, don't nobody want you, you ain't got nobody, and don't nobody want you but me, make you do things because you're by yourself, things that you wouldn't ordinarily do because you're by yourself, and you feel like this the only person that like you, this the only person that loves you, no matter what the circumstances are or the situations that have occurred. This person been right there, but all the while this person got a game plan, because they done found out that you ain't got no mama, no daddy, and if you do, you don't get along with them. That's our problem. You get in these relationships, whether y'all go together, y'all dating, or you get married, engaged, whatever the case may be. You talk too much. Some things you need to keep to yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Because certain things that you say, your spouse will keep that in their brain. Like, for instance, if you say, well, yeah, I got 4 brothers and 2 sisters, but I don't really fuck with my sisters them like that. And my brothers them, they don't even live in Atlanta, Georgia. Oh, bing! A bell go off in their head. I ain't even got no backup crew. The family ain't even around her. Let me drag her through these streets. Let me rob her bank account. Drain the bank account. Let me run her house. Let me run her this. Let me run her that. And this the thing about it. If you got your own, a person shouldn't be able to run a damn thing when it comes to you. When it comes to you depending on somebody, that's when the situations occur. You know what I'm saying? You over this dude done told you he gonna take care of you. You over to his house, but he making you a maid, a babysitter, and a girlfriend. What the fuck we doing that at? Where we doing that at? You feel what I'm saying? And you don't have any other choice. So you got to stay there and deal with that until you get enough of that. And then you got to go with the escape plan. Yeah. So when you get in these relationships, don't be telling, if you ain't got nobody, don't even be telling them that you ain't got nobody. Shit. You got somebody if you ain't got nobody but God. And let them know that you love God. And God gonna be with you every step of the way. See, if you start relationships out like that, You know who's with you and who's against you. You feel what I'm saying? You know who respects you and who disrespects you. You know what I'm saying? You will recognize game and red flags. Because you know what? You got your mama right there. You got your daddy right there. You know what I'm saying? Your mama and your daddy, they might not be together, but they still in your life to tell you and show you your wrongs from your rights. You feel what I'm saying? So when a person see that you got a good relationship with your parents, your sisters and your brothers gonna jump for whatever. Shit, everybody got everybody on speed dial. Everybody text message everybody every day. You feel what I'm saying? A motherfucker ain't gonna fuck with you like that, for real. A motherfucker ain't gonna take you for granted, for real. You know what I'm saying? And don't be in a relationship and you meet this guy. He ain't got his own means of transportation. He don't have his own place. You know what I'm saying? Don't have a job or two. You know what I'm saying? You know, it don't matter where you stay, motherfucker. You can have a room. But guess what? You paying room rent. And that's a roof over your head. But if you ain't got your own place, you ain't got your own ride, I got to come pick you up. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? You have your own transportation. If we want to date, we can meet up. Motherfucker, you can be riding on a scooter. Who gives a fuck? You know, as long as you can get from A to M to Z. So if a person ain't got that, and especially if they ain't got themselves financially stable, you ain't got time for that, because that's just like having another child or a child coming into your life, because you don't have time to get no grown person together. That ain't what we doing. So, yeah, when you meet these motherfuckers out here in the street, because everybody got game, you got to keep in mind it's hobo season. It's finna get cold out here next week in Atlanta, Georgia. It's gonna be 29 degrees, bitch. These rats trying to find a hole to climb up in and stay for the winter. You feel me? Where they can munch good and eat good and watch the big flat screen TV while they lay back in your continental queen bed. Let's just put it out on the table. So when you meet somebody, goddamn it, don't be telling them motherfucker where you stay. Don't be inviting them to your house and shit until 6 months on down the line, maybe. Cause during them 6 months, you be done find out everything about that motherfucker that you need to know to realize if you want to be in a relationship or not. And that starts with parents, grandparents, friends, motherfucking siblings, and stuff of that matter, co-workers. During them 6 months, you supposed to meet all them motherfuckers. If a motherfucker call themselves liking you and want to be in a relationship. And if you're older, you over 35, 36. You know what? I used to always be thinking why my sister said, my baby sister, she said she would have rather for her children, and she has 7 children. She would have rather for her children to get married at a young age, in their 20s and stuff, versus going through that 20 whole stage, you know, dibbing and dabbing and in a little ink here and a little down, you know what I'm saying? Versus going through that stage. You feel what I'm saying? Having a husband, 20s, early 30s, and then for the rest of your versus you done fuck with you don't have a baby all this going on, and then you end up in your later years looking for love, and love can be found in your later years. You see what I'm saying? But you get to know them person in your 20s, y'all grow together, You know what I'm saying? Y'all have things together, make children together. You go through up and down, but things last. You know, they know your family. You know, they ain't disrespecting you, hitting on you, and stuff like that. That's a good relationship. You feel what I'm saying? But if you start out, this person ain't even got a job, then what we doing? You got to take care of them. You got to pay for the dinners and dates and shit. If you start out and this person ain't got nowhere to stay, okay, so they finna interfere your space, you about to allow that shit? And then you get with somebody and they ain't got no car. And we know circumstances and situations happen where people cars break down. You know what I'm saying? But some people cars break down and they ain't got the financial expenses to get the fucking car fixed and move on along. So there you go. That got to depend on this person to take you back and forth to work. Just a lot. But you in a relationship for love, companionship, growth, communication, motherfucking. Shit, we ain't in no relationship just to say we fucking. That ain't what we doing. We go to the movies, we go do this, you bring me flowers, that's all good, but we still got to grow. We got to grow. So, in the beginning of the relationship, everything should be put out on the table. With shit, sometimes I'm talking about 6 months, the first 3 months, god damn it. And if you feel like, hey, you ain't got nobody but that person, love, I think you need to go check yourself and you need to go sit on somebody's sofa, or you need to do a telehealth interview on the phone with a behavior specialist. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah. Don't be telling these folk that you ain't got nobody. No. Because everybody got somebody. If they ain't got but one friend, or they ain't got but one church member they talk to, or one classmate they talk to, one co-worker that they talk to, everybody got somebody. You feel what I'm saying? So, shit, I be hearing motherfuckers, they be saying, talking about their co-workers and shit. This girl, excuse me, she be on Facebook, baby. The co-workers be having parties and celebrating everybody's birthday. They love her. And guess what? They love each other. So guess what? That's the BackUp team. That's the BackUp team. Been co-workers for over 5-6 years. That's the BackUp team. You know what I'm saying? So don't never say you ain't got no backup. Them church members, them choir members that you talk to and sing with in the choir rehearsal 2 times out of the week and on Sunday. That's the BackUp team. So don't never, ever, 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 ever tell a new motherfucker that you mean and you start dating that you ain't got nobody. Because, baby, it's going to be drag season. And you got to keep in mind, a lot of these guys and a lot of these people, they don't have nothing. They might have family, sisters, brothers, aunties, uncles, grandparents. You know what I'm saying? But they don't be having nothing. And I ain't talking about just financially. They don't be having no education that they can give you daily that you can benefit from. You know, shit like that. You know, they don't be having nothing. You know, no skills, you know, what your children can learn from the motherfucker. You know, it's men out here don't even know how to change tires and shit. So what the fuck they gonna teach your children? It's a lot of people don't have no skills. They don't be having nothing. They cannot satisfy you mentally. They can't. That's a person that's just standing still. You know, and when people stand still, That means they're not moving forward or nothing. So you got to be aware in the beginning of your relationship what the fuck going on. And that first red flag, you better recognize it. Let go and let God. And I'm going to tell you about this right quick. I don't want to hold y'all too long. I don't have you on here about 15 minutes. But I'm gonna give you a little story. Okay, boom. I was talking to this guy, because I ain't going to really say I was dating him. He's an Atlanta rapper. Old school. And he thought that he was going to take advantage of me. I had a braiding shop. So at the braiding shop, people used to rent out the braiding shop and do events and stuff, party, baby showers, stuff like that, So he wanted to rent out the braiding shop, but he wanted to do like a boom boom room. So what he did was he bought his equipment in and stuff, pool table, all this shit that you will have in the boom boom room. And for the ones that don't know what the boom boom room is, the boom boom room is an after spot that people go to after the club, after hours like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, party to the sun motherfucking up, drink, smoke, have sex, hookahs going on, just a whole lot of entertainment, a whole lot of everything going on. It's after 12 o'clock, ain't no nothing open but the club and some bitches' legs. You feel what I'm saying? So with that being said, the motherfucker, let me tell you what he did. He had the boom boom room there for a couple of days. So I told him, I said, well, this is a braiding shop. I said, and how this works is, but I had already told him from the beginning how it worked. You rent out the braiding shop, and then after you're done, you take all your stuff and you leave, you clean up behind yourself, you call me, I come and get the key, and boom. Okay, so since we was talking, because we wasn't dating, because he never showed up on a date, just keep that in mind. So, he got mad because I told him he had to get the stuff. He got so mad at me that he started telling people online that I want SHIT and don't mess with me and this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? But I had checked this temperature from the beginning and had already caught it. So he actually got mad because I caught it. What he thought was I was going to be running around like a chicken with my head cut off, doing the shit that he wanted me to do. You feel what I'm saying? And he wasn't even reciprocating the same energy to me. So with that being said, I caught that shit so motherfucking fast. It wasn't even a month. And I cut him out so fast he ain't even see it coming. You feel what I'm saying? But I just want to tell y'all, in the beginning, he knew my mama had passed away. He knew my daddy had passed away. He knew that me and my sisters was close. Me and my sisters and brothers was close. But we lived our separate lives and we was kind of spread apart throughout Georgia. So, you know what I'm saying? So he was going to try to, like come in and do what the fuck he wanted to do. And I cut that shit off in an instant. So that's why I'm telling y'all, I done experienced that shit before. And people ain't who they say they is. See, he was this rapper. You know what I'm saying? This big time rapper. Everybody can mess with the big time rappers. I ain't saying I'm just anybody and everybody, because I am somebody. You know what I'm saying? But, you can talk to these motherfuckers every day in Atlanta, Georgia. You ain't got to do nothing but walk down the street or get in your car and drive down the street, and you gonna see one and it be like, it ain't no, woo, there goes so. No, that ain't what we doing now. Here, everybody down here in this bitch is a celebrity anyway. This the ATL. This Georgia. So anyway, he thought somebody was gonna be head over heels for him like that, and it wasn't like that. He had got a rude awakening in an instant. Oh yeah, and let me tell you about this too. He asked me to help him out with something one time, and I did it, trying to show that I was a real true person and everything. So I don't know if he thought he was getting over or not, you know what I'm saying? Cause get what? Ain't then changed with this motherfucker. Ain't nobody fucking with this motherfucker. The people who was in the group with him, all of them done branched out and came up except him. You feel what I'm saying? So he done had hard times, because I noticed another thing, and I don't want to kind of get out the subject, but I noticed that he liked to date so many different women, and that's what kind of threw me out too, because I truly feel in my heart, especially when you're at an age over, you done with the whole stage. Let's just put it this way: when you're in your late 30s and 40s and stuff like that, you don't supposed to be at him just jumping in the bed with everybody, and I truly feel like if you going from woman, you 50 plus, you were 50 back then. So if you going from woman to woman to woman to woman to woman to woman to woman, you ain't never satisfied. The relationship never works out. I'm talking about within months, periods. In the early months, that's the happy part of a relationship. You getting to know each other, you going out, you drinking, you dancing, you on the phone all the time, you texting, you can't wait to see each other and stuff like that. Things of that matter. So in 1 and 2 months of you dating somebody, and then you ain't fucking with them no more, or is it they're not fucking with you no more? I felt like that was a red flag. It was a problem. And I feel like when a person just all over the place and they want to be out with all these different women and stuff, I truly believe they're gay. I truly believe that they will try or have been with the same sex. I'm just saying, that's how I feel, and cause I feel like it's women are beautiful. Women are soft. Women, they cook, they clean, they work, they manage monies. They are gonna be in their man's corner no matter what. If a situation occurs and something goes wrong, they gonna figure it out. Without a woman, like, why would a man, see, they're making me think back too, spend more time with a dude more than you will spend with a soft ass and some breasts and some lips, some women lips, and that really make me feel like you would rather be intimate with a man. You would rather be in a relationship with a man, because after a couple months of you dating someone, how the fuck it's over already? And then you with another girl. And then you with another lady. And then you with another lady, another woman. What? And you never, it just be, it just make me think. I don't know how y'all think. Put it in the comment box below. But I feel like, just like a man, like, and that's the same way with a woman. Is she constantly, like, you in a relationship for a month, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, you know what I'm saying? Unless you just get in a relationship to have sex, or unless that's just your thing, tricking off. Cause I called it tricking off. I tricking off ain't a nigga paying you for some coochie, or a woman paying you for that muscle between your legs. Tricking off is you always over there with somebody else. You know, you were just with her. Now you over there with her. You know, you were just with him. Now you with him. And last night you was with him. Last week you was with him. Shit, last month you was with her. You know, I think that's tricking out. You feel what I'm saying? Cause really, tricking ain't really tricking if you got it. You know what I'm saying? So, I consider that as tricking out. So, what we doing? Man, you like. So that opened my mind up as well, and it was over. It was over like in, was it even a couple of months? See, that's what I'm talking about. And then a narcissist, a narcissist or a manipulator, you know, they get mad when you recognize their game. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say he was talking about me and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was replying back. You feel me? Because at this point, everybody knew that he wasn't hitting on two nickels ruled together. You feel me? So, he looked it like a fool. And when a person is argumentative towards others all the time, every time you turn around, he was argumentative with the people that was in the group with him back in the day, because they was moving forward. He was argumentative because people weren't calling him to be on this and do that. You know, every time you turn around, he's upset, he's mad. You know, he's supposed to be the so-and-so of the ATL, this, that, and the other. But your mouth so foul, you're a manipulator, you're a narcissist, so don't nobody want to deal with all of that. And that go for women too. Them women probably don't want to deal with that bullshit. You want king motherfucking services, but you ain't reciprocating the same energy towards the queen. So, no. So from the beginning, you tell the motherfuckers, shit. You tell them, yeah, me and my mama got a good relationship. I talk to my brother every day. My brother be coming over my house. Sometimes when I get home, my brother be there. He don't even be done told me he gonna be there. You know, stuff like that. You let a motherfucker know you got a whole team. And let that be the reason. Because you don't want to be manipulated or tricked into a motherfucking thing. I be watching them shows like For My Man. And that's what be going on. Them girls be getting manipulated into shit. You feel what I'm saying? They be killing people, strangling people, breaking in people's houses and stuff like that. And sometimes it do be because they don't be having no backup team. But a lot of time, they parents and cousins and sisters and brothers and all that be looking for them. You know, but they end up being with dudes that ain't hitting on two nickel road together. They done been to jail. Well, oh, I like him because he cute. I like his smile, but he ain't got shit. You know what I'm saying? He come from a bad background. You know what I'm saying? Then we know a lot of people come from bad background, but they take themselves out of that situation and they make things better for themselves. But motherfucker, if I met you today and you said that you been staying with your mama ever since you and your ex-wife got a divorce back in 1998, then motherfucker, it's 2025. What you been doing? Have you been taking care of your mother and your parents? I mean, what the fuck? So, no. Don't tell them bitches shit. Lie. To see where they headed and see what's going on. And I ain't saying just sit up there and lie, oh, you a lawyer, but you really what? School teacher. You a lawyer, but you really daycare director. You know, something like that. I ain't talking about lie about no shit like that. I'm talking about lying, meaning don't say a motherfucking thing. Just keep your mouth shut. You peep him and what he got going on and what she got going on. Cause it's hard to find a real person out here these days. But in this day and time, the way the world is revolving and the people are moving, it's easy to be recognized. So with that being said, I'll be back. You know I'm coming back. Peace.